And we're off.
We are off, in fact. All right, kicking it off here in the intro stage. Mega Man X, thankfully, not too mash-intensive of a game. However, that is not the case here for the intro stage, especially having to get rid of these blue mech enemies, these 3 blue mechs they have to deal with, and then the ensuing bees afterwards. Yeah,
the gun vaults take quite a bit of hits to take down, and it's not that much helpful when you're constantly running toward them, and you don't want to stop. That's the big deal.
Alright, so coming up here on the first of these 2 bees, they're going to want to take specific types of damage here. You'll probably see both of them go for task cars, if you want to explain that a little bit.
I will in just a moment, but right now, Walrus, I think, took 2 contact damage from the bee blader. Oh, okay, now see right there, Walrus had to bail out, because if he took another hit from the bee, he was going to die. The bee bladers deal 4 damage on contact, and he already took 8 damage from the first bee. So he took a contact damage. He meant to take damage from the bullet, which only deals 1, and then he would have been able to get by that bee without a problem. But since he had to bail and not take a death, that put him a little bit behind here. But he's not going to be able to do task cars like Aki's going to do. So Aki here is going to deal enough damage to these road raiders, I want to call them. And see right there, he kills the first one, and the car actually pushes X faster than he can walk himself. So it saves some frames, and he's able to damage boost until he gets to the end of the stage here, where they're both going to have to destroy 2 cars, and then Vowel will spawn. Walrus still is above the 3 HP threshold, so he's got to be mindful that he needs to take 1 hit, and then kill the car, like that. And now he's got a good ship spawn.
Yeah, both of their ship positioning was pretty good. If the ship's not in the right position, it will slowly move into that position at the end. So both of them neither had to move even a pixel, it looked like.
Right.
Definitely an early lead we're seeing right here for Akiteru. Probably about 10 seconds or so off of those the damage mishap.
Yeah. And Walrus didn't want to die in the intro in a race again. We've seen that from him before. Sadly.
Oh, wow. Yeah, obviously, you know, we've got to... In other races, in other tournaments, you might see, okay, deaths are going to happen here and there. Deaths can happen, obviously, in Mega Man X, but because this is such an optimized run and you're at players at the highest level, 1 death can just mean the race is already over, practically. So, yeah, they definitely want to avoid it. This could be a very difficult opening section to have to deal with, just positioning when your shots take off, making sure they're the right level charge to take out certain enemies. Walrus having a little bit of a mishap right there, missing a couple of shots. A little bit shaky here at the start of the race for Walrus.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not how you want to go. But even in Chill Penguin, a lot of the enemies deal a lot of contact damage. Those little robotic bunny rabbits, those deal quite a bit of damage. And see, he's already at half health, so he's really hoping for a health drop, even though he's going to lose time just for that. There he goes. And then,
right there,
yeah, he'll have some health for Chill Penguin because he deals 6 damage on contact.
Absolutely ridiculous. And if you're playing as aggressive as these players are going to be, you're going to be practically on top of Chill Penguin a number of times throughout the fight, likely. So yeah, you want to go in with full health, or at least as much health as you can.
Okay, so now that they got one of the 2 forced upgrades in this game, the dash, now we can go fast. And Aki didn't get the no-stop hallway. Ooh, but Walrus drops the dash there. So this ending section that Aki's coming through, it takes you can do some dash shots, which deal double damage if you fire them during your dash animation. A couple of those will take out each of them snowball throwers, but you can also use charge shots, and that'll work just as well.
Alright, so a 14-second difference going here into Chill Penguin. Chill Penguin is one of the biggest pieces of RNG that they have to deal with. Every time he decides to slide on the ground, it's what, like a 2 to 2.5 second time loss?
Yeah, it's about 2 and 2.5.
Yeah.
And also, they're
Akiteru having a pretty good fight so far. Only 1 belly slide. Only 1 for Akiteru. That is huge, ladies and gentlemen. Already the lead. Yeah,
and Walrus,
right there for Walrus.
Yeah, got a double slide. but they're going to try to use the CFO method of dealing damage like they do in X2, where they're going to fire a dash shot and then hold their charge. And then, yeah. Oh! Triple! Wow!
Wow.
And you say that's what we were talking about, how bad the RNG swing can go. Aki got one slide, but Walrus had a double and a triple in that fight. And that's an easily like 12 seconds.
I'm not gonna lie, you know, I did not know triple slide was even a thing. I thought double was the best. How rare is a triple slide in this game?
Triple slide, if I had to take a quick guesstimate, I would say that's probably a 1 out of 64 chance, maybe.
Wow.
I could be exaggerating that, but that just seems like a realistic number for how bad RNG for Penguin can get. And that's just the initial fight. We haven't even gotten to the refight yet.
Walrus can make up a little bit of time right here. Akiteru had a little bit of trouble climbing up here, although looking like Walrus having similar issues right now.
Yeah.
Akiteru luckily got a big health drop back there because he was already sitting at half health. Like you said, how perilous this run can be. First and foremost, you obviously want to avoid any deaths since they are likely going to send you back pretty far. You see them in this climb use a mixture of your dash lemons, which again will deal double damage, and the shotgun ice, which if you get right on top of an enemy, it essentially puts more of the shotgun ice into their hitbox and will kill them off faster.
Yeah. Also, this is a big climbing intensive stage, so if they miss any wall kicks, they may fall and lose even more time. But it looks like both racers did pretty well with their climbings. And up to the Kuwanger fight here, we're going to see Akiteru fire this first charge, and then Kuwanger's going to dash up to X and attempt to deadlift him to the ceiling. But if you jump at just the right time and continue to shoot him with the charge, he can get into a loop that'll last at least half of Kuwanger's health. And then as you see, to finish the fight, you see Kuwanger just teleporting around. So as long as you can quickly react to Kuwanger's teleports and get a shot as soon as he spawns, killing him shouldn't be difficult, and you should avoid taking some damage. And Walrus is also getting similar RNG with
Kuwanger killed the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so about an 18 to 19 second gap right now. Pretty large right now for Akiteru. Walrus just has to keep trying to play solid and hope he can pull back in this one slowly. A lot of RNG and other elements to come.
Well, luckily, we're going into Sting Chameleon, which isn't so RNG heavy. It's a very straightforward stage. You just keep dashing forward. The only problem might be this cave where these blocks can fall down at random places. As you see, Aki took a hit. Nothing you can really do about that. You just gotta hope for good RNG and hope you get through without taking too many hits.
Yeah, only one hit there, so pretty good for Akiteru. Pretty solid cave.
Yeah, and then when you
can respond.
Yeah, and then when you get to the boss fight, it's a very trivial fight. A dash lemon into Chameleon for 2 damage, and then 10 boomerangs. And you can actually loop Chameleon, go back and forth across the stage every time he gets hit by a boomerang. So this is a pretty not so interesting stage, but it's interesting to see how well their movement is, how well they extend their dashes, how well they jump to continue their dash speed and not get hung up in this quicksand.
Yeah, really a level that just kind of shows off the power of the dash in this game.
So as you see, Aki just goes back and forth with boomerangs. Very easy fight. And then they want to end in the middle of the stage because in X1, X has to walk to the middle before he can teleport out. So if they're not completely dead center, they're going to lose frames after the fight's over. Just depends how far away they are.
Yeah, keeping about that 19-second lead for Akiteru right there. Not one where you expect either player is going to make much ground on the other.
Okay, Storm Eagle for Aki, and I believe Walrus will go straight here as well, since they have Eagle's weakness. You may see both of our players go for the infamous death kick, where they kick off the side of one of the platforms closer to the midpoint. It just saves a a little bit of time, but if you miss it, it's death. And I believe that's a 4-frame wall kick.
You see Akiteru coming up on it right now. He
Yep,
does go for it, and he does execute it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. So you've seen there, before he did the death kick, he was shooting the shotgun ice, and as soon as the blue gun vault spawned, all the ice hit him. So if you time your shot at the correct spot, as you dash forward, the big ice shot will spawn, or I'm sorry, the big ice shot will hit Gunvolt as he spawns, and then when the ice hits, all 5 of the fragments will also hit, and then he shoots him again with another ice just before running into him to kill him. You'll see that later in Spark Mandrill, I believe, in a couple of spots at the start.
Another potential, if Eagle comes back down for him right here, looking like you're not basically a perfect fight right here for Akiteru.
Wow.
That Walrus, at best, can break even right here. Storm Eagle can go all the way up in the air and dash down from the air, wasting time. Let's see if Walrus can get similar. He's going up. Can you get him to come back down? He does not.
Oh,
no. Boss is being very rude to Walrus right now here in this first match.
Yeah. Fortunately, you have the Chameleon Sting, so it does extend upward after you fire it. So even if he goes up, it's not even an issue. It's the issue if he goes off screen and starts the diving, where you start to lose time. So you see Aki is dealing damage to see how he's using the ice. Most of the shots are hitting the Gunvolt as he spawns, and then he shoots him again. And then we're coming up to Zam Hallway. We're using conjunction of dash shots, shotgun ice, to take out the Flamingo's enemies in the same manner.
This has always been one of my favorite stages in Mega Man X any percent, because you actually utilize every single weapon you have to this point.
Yeah,
utilizing the Sting Shot, the shotgun ice, Storm Eagle's weapon, so on and so forth.
Yeah, and Aki had a very good Thunder Slimer fight. So after the Thunder Slimer fight for Aki, it's just basically stage maneuvering and getting ready for the Mandrill fight. And Walrus is trying to use the boomerang there. It deals quite a bit more damage than the Storm Tornado does, but the Storm Tornado hits more times for less damage. But you use the boomerangs if Thunder Slimer is just in front of you or on top. But you also use Storm Tornado if you can't stay in the air long, like Walrus had to do with on his side. So you see Aki is firing the Buster Charge first into Mandrill for damage, and then he's going to constantly keep Mandrill locked in the ice. And and it's actually important that you do the charge shot first instead of just going in straight ice, because on the very last shot, or the next to the last shot, he's actually frozen. So you can actually position yourself into the middle of the screen and fire the last shot that will kill him, so you don't have to worry about, maybe getting a bad placement with the Mandrill where you have to be off-center. As you see Walrus, he's going to freeze Mandrill there, and then he can step in the middle of the room and then kill Mandrill.
So here we are, relatively well-executed stages there. Again, keeping about that same lead. Your separation to this point has basically been a rough intro stage by Walrus, compounded by 2 sets of bad RNG. Akiteru's good pieces of RNG with Chill Penguin and Storm Eagle.
But let's not count that out just yet. Armadillo is another major RNG swing. He can roll forever in his room, and you can't get rid of his armor with the spark until he stops rolling. And he can roll for quite a long time. I've seen players
it sometimes literally looks like it can be literally forever.
Just they'll keep shooting electric spark to try to knock his armor out the instant he goes vulnerable, but he can roll forever, and a player can use up all of their electric spark energy and Dillo can still be rolling, and it's like, what are you gonna do?
You see a different routes right here. We got Walrus Prime taking on Flame Mammoth stage right now.
Yeah. There are a few runners that do the stages in a different order, but let's concentrate on Akiteru for a minute. See, there's the rolling, and finally he goes vulnerable. So that was probably maybe 2 seconds of time lost there for Aki. But on Flame Mammoth's side for Walrus, it's a very trivial fight with a dash shot to start the fight, and then the Storm Tornado can deal 2 hits at once with Mammoth.
Yeah, just trying to lay the front of the Storm shot at the beginning of Flame Mammoth, so his iframes run out before the back end of it hits him.
Yeah, and then you see Walrus there dash jumping away to get Mammoth as much off-screen as possible because the explosions do cause some lag. So that's just some lag reduction to keep him as close as he can. But as for route divergence, yeah, Aki is doing Octo now after Armadillo. He's saving Flame Mammoth for last. I think doing Mammoth earlier saves you a couple of stage selection inputs. But it's not a big deal.
Launch Octopus come a little bit further in the run, which Launch Octopus can definitely be a scary fight depending on what sort of pattern he gives you.
Yeah.
Got another mini-boss fight right here, running straight into him, staying right on the front, just out of reach of that hitbox, and laying the sting shot right into him.
Okay, Aki didn't quite get through the Mind Gauntlet there. He took a hit. And then you see he's gonna keep Erdoboros despawned off the screen until he's time to appear, and then one single Storm Tornado will take him out. But Octopus can also drain some time away from Aki's lead if he decides to do a lot of tornadoes. I don't anticipate we'll see our runners try to intentionally get caught by Octo just for him to end his move early that way, because you can risk getting infinited. But we'll have to wait and see here for a minute. Oh,
Aki being okay, so he's got one. He does go for it. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets one, and he broke out without a problem, so it was not too big of a deal for Aki's side.
Doing that prevents you from having to watch the entire, his, like, tornado attack that he'll pull out against you. Wasting a few seconds every single time. So, pretty good luck there and well executed by Akiteru. And Walrus, I think, only had about one bounce as well, so that was about a wash between the two of them on Armored Armadillo.
Yeah. Now you're going to see our two racers enter the opposite stages of what they left. Aki's and Mammoth now, which is a very trivial stage. I mean, it's very basic, just movement-wise. Ooh, nice Udo Zip. If you do that correctly, you can actually damage that Ouroboros scrap, and it will fall a little bit later, and then it actually pushes X forward.
Making his way up to
he gets the other
boss fight right here.
He gets the other Ouroboros zip too, which is pretty nice for Aki. See how Walrus does on the second sub here. Ooh, he fell into the pit there, but he was able to wall kick out of it.
Yeah, good reaction on his part right there. Obviously, anyone who doesn't know, spikes are insta kills. He is able to get past underneath the missile tank there pretty easily. No bad patterns on the bottom. And once again, killing the snake enemy off screen, reducing all sorts of lag.
Yep. So, Aki just killed Flame Mammoth, and I think that was an 18-4X. That's a really good 8 math time for Aki. And let me look here. Oh, Aki's in the green, so he's actually technically on world record pace going into the Sigma stages.
Yeah, he is the world record holder.
I think so.
Doesn't know.
Yeah.
Bit of a rough start right here for Walrus. We already have one tornado. The bosses have definitely been rude to him so far today. Also a little low on health, but able to get through the fight. Yeah, that's going to create about a 40-second gap between Akiteru and Walrus Prime going in here. We do have Akiteru heading up on the Leap of Faith, a very scary jump off these platforms. Very easy gap.
Oh, okay. He had to bail. Yeah, he didn't get the kick that he wanted. Those platforms can eat your dash if you land on the unfortunate spot. So he had to bail out of that, but he's not dead, and that's the important part. But Aki, more. Ooh, we get.
Ooh,
oh wow!
Kick off the ground.
Yeah, that's a new.
Yeah.
That's a new strat. I think that's a frame perfect jump. I think I can't be sure of that, but also note Akiteru is above 6 HP, so he's got to take a hit from Vowel here. So unfortunately, he's not going to get the full Vowel skip that we normally see.
Walrus does get the leap of faith there, right there. Again, he's going to need a lot of help right now to get back into it. Also, doing the kick off the ground right there. Is going to be able to get the cutscene skip as well. Very important that they drop this rolling shield right here to make the cutscene skip fully work and also avoid a soft lock.
Yeah, so for the Vowel fight here, it takes 8 rolling shield shots for 4 damage each to kill Vowel, and Vowel's iframes in this fight are only 30 frames, not 60, so you're able to get these hits very, very quickly. In fact, I don't remember seeing Akiteru's time ever turning red. He may be just using a timer and not his actual splits, so we may never see red. I may have gotten the wrong impression that he was on world record pace, but his 8 Mav run was very well done and very good RNG. So it wouldn't surprise me if he was actually on record pace.
Did have a bit of a mishap right there. Doing this entire climb in 1 charge C-Sting is very good.
Okay,
so
Akiteru, he's not going for it. We may see Walrus go for it, though. I don't see why not. He's already he's already behind, so why not? Get that bounty. So similar to the initial fight with Kuwanger, you can still use the Kuwanger dance trick here with the torpedoes. It doesn't last as long since the torpedoes deal 1 more damage than the charge shot does. Okay, Walrus went for it, didn't get it. Oh, but he gets knocked off the ladder, and that's going to hurt a little bit.
Yeah, executed correctly, according to Justin, it is about a 5-second time save if you can skip Kuwanger right here.
Walrus is not having a good time right now, I'm sure. Now for the Bow Spider fight on Aki's side, he charges up the shotgun ice, which actually takes quite a long time to charge. And then you have to read Bow Spider's web and then figure out where his ending spot is going to be on the ground. And then Bow Spider's weak point only opens up at the bottom of the screen. And as Bow Spider's health decreases, his speed will increase. And you can also get some baby spiders to spawn. And then that kind of complicates not only where to go, but how to avoid taking damage.
Only needs to get off 1 more right here. He is a 6 for 6 right now, and 7 for 7. So, well executed right there by Akiteru. Had to avoid some annoying baby spider spawns.
Yeah, it takes 8 charged ice. Each one deals 4 damage.
Oh, 8. 8 for 8. My bad.
Yeah, no problem. It happens.
That's why we have you here, to call me out on my math. Alright, Walrus going through it pretty well right now. He's got 5 for 5 as well.
But remember, guys, Sigma 2, this is the biggest RNG swing of any stage in the game. Because you do have the 2 most RNG-heavy refights. You have the Penguin refight first, and then you have the Eagle fight next. So let's see how many slides Aki gets from Penguin here in the refight. He only got 1 in the first fight.
Alright, well, there's 1 already starting off.
Yeah, 1 right off the bat. Ooh, a double hit with a charge fire. That deals 4 damage each. There's another one. There's 3.
Yeah, anything over 2.
There's 4.
Not a great pattern he's getting right here. 5. That's definitely, that would qualify as a bad pattern. Yeah, so Walrus has a little bit of time he can make up here, but it's up to Chill Penguin if he wants to give it or not.
Yeah.
Alright, so there's 1 for Walrus. 2 already.
Yep.
Not looking great stuff. 3. Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's a double hit. That's nice. Come on.
Can he get it? He needs 1 more.
Yeah,
okay.
Nice.
That makes up about 5 seconds on Akiteru right now. He's going to need that a lot more.
Yeah. We're gonna need Aki to miss Armadillo Skip and Walrus getting it to bring this back a little bit. That's probably the last big swing without a death being involved. We might have.
Which again, Final Sigma can cause that. We got two very well experienced players, some of the most hours you're going to see dedicated to Mega Man X out of anybody in the world, but still, that can be a scary fight. We did have a couple of dives right there for Akiteru. This is another place where Walrus can make up some time. He's getting a pretty favorable pattern right now, and right as I say that...
That's not too bad, though. I mean, 2 dives isn't the end of the world, because he was able to... You can damage Eagle with the Chameleon Sting as he spawns on-screen from the ceiling. And see, Aki
like
already...
pretty good fight for Aki right now.
Aki had the walls closed in on him. Yeah, there you go. One cycles the nose and gets the last eye as soon as it opens. So that was a pretty good ring to fight. Let's see how Walrus does here before Aki gets to the Armadillo Skip attempt. Ooh, a blue eye. That's pretty good. Nice. Kills the first eye.
3 shots and 4 on this guy. He does need to play a little bit safe over these spikes. Ooh, got a little scary right there.
Ooh, now see,
Akiteru having to reset this up.
Yeah, and he gets it. Yeah, if you lock the camera, if you go too far forward or too far up, you actually cause the camera to move up and lock, and then the Dillo Skip won't be possible. But Aki was able to avoid that. And what's interesting, if the camera does scroll up where it normally does, you can actually go back down that little pit you just came out of, and it actually kills you. It becomes a death pit at that point. For those that weren't aware. So Walrus also gets the Armadillo Skip. So at this point, it's going to come down to Final Sigma if our lead will change. Or Dillo, or not Dillo, but Octopus, excuse me.
Yeah, again, Octopus is one of the bigger bosses in terms of RNG elements.
And D-Rex. I forgot about D-Rex. D-Rex deals a lot of damage on contact as well.
Alright, Akiteru finishing up Spark Mandrill as Walrus is moving into it. Has basically since early on in the run constantly been about 1 fight behind Akiteru. Again, dealing with that couple of rough sets of RNG he had early on, particularly from Chill Penguin 1, and that rough intro stage he had. Basically, the separation of the race.
Yeah, just to reiterate, I mean, if 2 players are equally good at execution, this race can come down to RNG, because Walrus has had the worst end of the RNG for pretty much the whole race, and Aki's had the complete opposite, with the exception of Chill Penguin in the refight.
Little ballsy there, going for the double intentional grabs there in order to end his tornado attack a few seconds earlier.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Walrus is nervous, but his RNG has just been very bad compared to Aki's. Ooh, nice from Walrus.
Selecting to not go for it.
Yeah, he got a hit on Octopus just before he gained invincibility from his energy drain. That was pretty neat.
See if Walrus goes top or bottom route right here. It does go bottom route. It is going to dodge the health up there, but it also dodges the health refills, so saving a little bit of time. It will make the D-Rex fight a little bit scarier coming up.
Yeah, they're both relatively about the same amount of health. They can take 1 hit from D-Rex, but I think if a second one will kill them both, if that were to happen. So boomerangs is what you use on D-Rex after you use a dash shot, and you actually have the boomerangs curl up into the top half of D-Rex. That's the only part that you can actually hit for damage. Wow, what a fight from Aki.
That was disgusting. That was a really, really good fight.
That was absolutely ridiculous. No missed shots or anything.
All right, Walrus has to match him and then hope for an unfortunate death for Akiteru.
Oh, looks like we might get a similar fight from Walrus. Walrus might... Yeah, he's going to have to avoid that shot. But still, a great fight from both players. Nice, so... But now we got the three-part... We got the three-part final gauntlet. We got Velgarder, which you use a combination of the full charge shot, and you also use... Actually, the full charges for the ice. You can actually buffer a lemon, then you swap to ice and shoot a big ice sled for more damage. Right there. That's ridiculous. And then... Wow, this dog! What the heck?
Fight. Just laid right there and took all of it. My gosh.
That is the optimal dog, man. I feel bad for Walrus. Gosh. That was too good.
Again, for anyone who doesn't know, this is a best 2 out of 3 that we'll be doing. Be able to shake that off and hopefully come back and at least be able to tie this up.
Yeah, the dog's iframes are really short, so you can see those hits just go 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. It's crazy. And Aki gets the fast final hit on Sigma. That was a new recent development strat where you can actually hit Sigma, the final shot on the right side there. And while he's exploding, X will automatically walk to the other side of the room. So it saves some frames than waiting for Sigma to come back.
Claw's immediately being mean to him, taking a hit. If he takes one more hit, then he's going to lose this race, ladies and gentlemen, or at least take the death.
He's just got to play it easy. As long as the other Claw... Oh, as I say that...
Claw's trying to play mean. He's got to get 4 shots off, and he does clear it.
Aki gets a 31-36. Wow.
Wow.
That was intense.
A nightmare situation right there where the Claw cuts off it and you get the energy shots of the flame right on top of you. Walrus trying to finish here himself. He's sitting here at 2 health. Race either way, but certainly just for your a little bit better feelings going into the other race, wants to make sure he doesn't take the death here. He's got one more shot
and he's got it.
Well,
32:07. That's actually a very good time considering the bad RNG he got. So let's not discount that time at all. That was really good.
So that is going to be 1 win in the books for Akiteru. Again, we are in the bracket phase of the MMX tournament down to the Sweet 16. A little bit unfortunate seeding how it turned out. We've actually got the on your left side in Akiteru, the world record holder in 80%, against the number 3 player in 80%, Walrus Prime, and the 100% world record holder to note. Facing off in the Sweet 16, the loser of this 2 out of 3 will be going home, will be eliminated from the tournament. Yeah, those are pretty... I mean, it's like, Justin, you said earlier. I didn't think Walrus... I mean, you had a little bit of a shaky start there in the intro stage.
Yeah.
Kind of carrying, I would say, a little bit into Chill Pell. And the RNG on both Chill Penguin, Storm Eagle. And it kind of felt like he was just in the hole the rest of the time from there. Did make up a little bit of time, so he can carry that. At one point, down 40 seconds going into the Sigma stages. So overall, it looks like he made up about 12 seconds throughout there. So playing solid right now can certainly pull this back. Yeah, we'll have both of our players take a very small break, kind of get situated, and then we'll start up with Game 2 when they're ready.
Yeah. They may have to make a new race room for the next race. We'll just have to keep wait on that for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that was a very good run from Aki. Other than having to bail out of Leap of Faith, and I think and the Penguin.
Sigma 1 and Chill Penguin from Sigma 2 were a little rough. Sigma 1, outside of that, his climb, he had a few errors there. But yeah, really, I mean, that kind of tells you something that we couldn't point out that many mistakes from him. And that's still 26 seconds off his world record, kind of showing just how optimized the category is.
Yeah, there's some talks about some of the runners going for a 30 in this game after this tournament. And evidence of that, Energy Zam, the former world record holder, was, I believe, -12 going into, I think, he had a very good, I think it was a Gold Sigma 2, actually, and he was -12, and he had time to save in the rest of the game, but lost his run. But yeah, it's possible we may see 30 attempts out of some of these guys after the tournament. And let me get... Yeah, I think they're in the new race channel, so I'm going to jump in there.
Yeah, jumping in the same one.
Yeah, they made a new room. But yeah, this game is littered with RNG from start to finish. So getting that good of a time will take a lot of grinding. The world record is 31-13 by Akiteru, the person you're watching on the right side of your stream.
Or on the left side.
Yeah, left, sorry. I need to go.
What, is it flipped on the stream?
I need to learn my directions again, apparently.
That's okay. I didn't know my numbers during that. You had to correct me on the counting, so. I thought 7 times 4 was 32, apparently, but, you know, whatever.
Yeah, and Walrus Prime just PB'd last night with a 31-19, so we have a 6-second difference, so that's pretty neat. And Energy Zam holds second with a 31-16. So those are your top 3 times.
Gaps. It's a bit of an interesting element right here. A lot of tournaments, usually it's just the best 1 out of 1. You don't really get this opportunity to almost warm up in a way. It'll be interesting to see how Walrus responds off of... Because it seemed to me like... I know I'm this way. I'm a little shaky generally at the start of my races. And then I kind of settle in after a while, after the first, say, like 10 minutes or so. So it'll be interesting to see... It almost seemed a little bit like that for him, where the opening was shaky, and then he kind of settled in and just, unfortunately, had too big of a gap at that. See right here. But, again, as we said... This game has a lot of RNG to it. You can feel like you're settled in, and the game is not settled in at that point. The game can still say like, I still feel like giving you 5 slides from Penguin, you know, whatever the case may be. So certainly though, I know both of us want to see a game 3 right here, so I'll be selfishly rooting for Walrus to push it there as well. 2 of the top 3 players in the world. This deserves the best 2 out of 3.
Yeah, I wouldn't count Walrus out yet. Aki just had a great run, but the opposite could happen this time. We may see Walrus get good RNG on this race, and then we're to the game 3. So the race room is getting set up. Everybody, we're ready here for race number 2. If you guys are ready, in the race channel.
Akiteru revealing his secret that it was all MMX. MMX. Okay, that little bouncing ball of yellow right there.
Uh-oh.
That's just a fair. Yeah, they are off in the race channel, ladies and gentlemen. Set up for game 2. Again, Walrus in a win-or-go-home situation. Akiteru can afford a loss right here, but you're certainly... I mean, it's almost like a must-win in your own mind sometimes. Like, I don't want to then get put into a win-or-go-home situation.
Yeah.
Ooh, very nice sync from both of our players right there. Okay. So let's get into the intro stage, showing off their ability to mash right here. Yeah, we had Walrus, kind of got off to a rough start here in game 1. Didn't take a proper amount of damage on the bees. So had to second contact here does 4 damage with the bees, and they only have 16 health. So they don't want to take 4 hits right here.
Yeah, they can take 4 hits. They just can't take 4 B-Blader contact.
4 body damage. Yeah.
See, once again, Walrus gets another passive. Man, he's not feeling too happy about that, I'm sure. All right, come on, bees.
For a machine gun right here.
Again!
Again! Oh my god. Did take it right.
Wow.
Just gonna fall down with it.
I demand a restart, although that can't happen. But daggone.
That is rough. That is a very rare thing for players at the top level. And he just had it 2 times in a row against the world record holder.
100% world record holder.
Well, against Akiteru, against the 80% world record holder, I'm saying.
Exactly, yeah.
And going for task cars right here, going to be taking a little bit of damage on the front so that he can get under that 3 health threshold.
Okay,
both players able to get there.
Oh, that health there just sits in front of Aki. He's like, don't pick that up.
Oh, that would be very detrimental. Alright, so Walrus, not as big of a deficit right here. Coming out was about 1 car behind.
Okay.
We do it at the grab right here. Akiteru getting caught at 159.
Okay, we didn't see it. I'll make a note. There is an unfortunate instance in this fight that's unwinnable, where if Vowel just dashes up towards you and you're approaching him, there's like a point to where Vowel wants to jump over you, and if you jump into Vowel, it deals 1 hit point of damage, and that could have killed Walrus if that happened. And then you have to go through and.
Well, I'm glad we didn't see that.
Yeah, I would not mention that beforehand, but I'll make a note of that now. That can happen, and it has. And I'm sure it's happened to everybody who's played this game casually. Like, you get 1 HP, and then boom.
Alright, so yeah, about a 4.5 second differential between the players right now. Again, we'll be interested to see how Walrus responds. He had a rough opening to Chill Penguin in the last run. You maybe see him being a little bit frustrated right now. Akiteru taking an accidental hit right there. Released that shot just a little bit early before that bunny.
Yeah, Walrus having a much better opening to this stage than he did the first race.
Yeah, nice to see him responding well after having to fall down with the B not once but twice. And Akiteru getting the health refill, which technically, I mean, that does waste some time. But again, we mentioned it earlier. Chill Penguin does big body damage, so probably overall prefers to get the health refill.
Yeah. As you see there,
they're definitely made up some time.
Yeah, and you see them right before they got to the capsule, they were doing some slope jumps where you walk down a slope, you actually jump higher, and you actually move forward with faster speed. So until you get the dash boots, that's where they can save some time. But now that they got the dash, you won't see that as much, if at all. Looks like they both got through the hallway. Very nicely done.
Yeah, very well executed. Get up here on the snowball throwers right here. See if they can get through this damageless. Akiteru putting on a clinic right there. Very well executed snowballs.
Yeah, 412. 416 on Walrus. Yep.
Walrus throwing 1 extra wall kick. It's coming down to the minor things right now, guys. That's what you want to see in races like this. The minor optimizations doing it. But not minor here. We're going to be seeing Chill Penguin. Let's see how he wants to play. One slide so far for Akiteru. 2 there for him. Walrus misses a charge shot. That's 3 damage he's missing out on right now.
Yeah, you see here, when Chill Penguin forms his Ice Penguins, they're able to get 2 dash shots in an optimal sense into him, and then have the charge shot at the end of that attack for 3 more damage. So whenever you see him blow his breath to form the Ice Penguins, you can get an easy 7 damage that way.
Ooh, Walrus saving. That's about a 1 second time save, I believe. Getting 20, that fade out.
It's 20 frames for the fade out.
So a third of a second.
You need 3 of them for the second, but that's.
And I believe those are frame perfect, right?
Yeah, I believe if you press start on the frame that X is supposed to move to the center, and you actually the game, you go to try to pause the game, but it just fades to black, and you have the fanfare playing, and it also reduces the music when you play future stages.
Just saves that little bit of time. That was 20 frames, or it would fade to black later on. So minor optimization, and it's not free to go for, to note. I've been told if you press it a frame early, then you actually go into the pause menu. So
that's in the Sigma stages where
only
happens.
in Sigma, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's correct. Yeah, you can do that in the 8 maps, and it's completely harmless.
Akiteru making his way up on the climb. Again, taking note of those shotgun ice usages, where he's going to try to lay the shotgun. He's going to get very close to the enemies before he actually lays them down, so that it actually does more damage. Otherwise, it wouldn't kill these turret enemies.
Pretty good climb from Aki. And Walrus is right there behind him.
Low on health, though, so if he gets grabbed once by Boomer, which we saw him in the refight the last race, he gets caught once, he will be dead.
Let's just watch and see how both our players do here with the Kawinger dance. Okay, Aki's still got the dance going. We may see an infinite. Oh, almost. Yeah, Kawinger can actually do that dance all the way to the last hit if you get lucky enough. But that was really good. And Walrus makes it out too without taking damage. That was very imperative that Walrus didn't die there.
Yeah, he's still staying within striking distance. About a 5-second gap or so right now. So something that certainly can be made up. But as we saw, these players are so cool under pressure. A lot of it coming down to RNG. You don't want it to come down to a death. At least let the game decide at that point.
Yeah.
Minor execution.
So once again, we're going through the easy chameleon stage.
100%. This is an absolute nightmare of a stage, actually. But here in any percentage, mostly this cave.
Aki gets hit twice during the Reeves cave. That's what. Three times. Yeah, it's famously called Reeves cave.
Walrus. Not kind to him either, though. That was at least 2 I saw right there on Walrus's screen. Not sure if he had one earlier on. Looks like, due to the damage, looks like they both had, yeah. Probably 2 hits.
Yeah. Neat thing, knowing, damage for enemies, you can kind of look later and see, judging by the damage, what happened when you didn't really see it. Comes with experience.
Sure. Alright, so we've got our stinking chameleon fight here. Pretty standard. Akiteru did not go for the charge shot at the beginning, so that'll lose him just a little bit of time on Walrus. Not a big deal. About a 906 kill there for Akiteru. Walrus Prime responding with about a high 912 kill. So, yeah, staying that difference about 6 seconds right now.
Yeah, the full charge shot deals the same damage as a Dash Lemon here, I'm pretty sure. So it really doesn't matter what you hit him with the first time, as long as you get the 10 boomerangs and you deal 2 damage afterwards.
RNG has been about equal, I would say, so far. Not a big Chill Penguin. Pretty much played the same for both of them.
Yeah. Which is a good feeling after what we saw from the last race, where it was pretty much one-sided.
Yeah, as a commentator, I know I just don't want to see that. I don't want to see just one person get the God RNG and the other person just get screwed, which is a lot of what we saw, particularly with Chill Penguin 1 in the last race. Not to know... Oh.
Okay. Aki got hit there, so he couldn't go for Death Kick, and Walrus just won't go for it. I think he knows that if he does any errant tricks just to save a few frames, he may be paying for it later. So we're going to get to Eagle relatively close. It's just going to come down to Eagle RNG if we get an equalization of time here.
All right, again, about a 6.5 second gap going into Eagle. Let's see how he affects the race. Akiteru had 0 dives from him in the last race, although
and here we go
right off the bat. Let's see if Walrus can have better RNG. This is an opportunity for him if Eagle plays nice. He is not playing nice, unfortunately. About a 10:59 kill for Akiteru.
11:05.
Yeah, so really no difference there between the players. Both got about the same RNG. Still staying, again, nice to see it's at least staying consistent between the players. Yeah. Also want to make it clear that we're not implying that Akiteru simply won the last race due to RNG. But he executed very, very well. Probably overall deserved the win.
Yeah. If you deduct the maybe 12 seconds he got for the penguin slides, and let's see, what other slowdown did he have? But basically, he had he could have had a possible 31-2x just without the penguin slides. I mean, it was that good, and that's a really good time.
Having a rough start here to Spark Mandrill stage, taking a couple of hits. That is definitely allowing Walrus to claw back in just a little bit. See what kind of RNG pattern we get here. We do have him come to the ground. That's what you want to see. Wow. Very nice fight there for Akiteru. He's bouncing around for Walrus right now. See if Walrus can have a similar kill. All right, yeah. Pretty solid for both players. Again, utilizing the boomerang attack whenever it's on the ground to get your hits. Optioning to that as opposed to just the storm attack.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, coming down here, the final hallway up to Spark Mandrill. Alright, pretty well executed there down the second half for Akiteru.
So you see, Akiteru's got this full charge shot. He's going to let that go first, and then he's going to follow up with the ice shots. And you'll see, when the second to last hit with the ice is dealt, he's going to be frozen. Ooh, he jumped.
Ooh, missed the shot.
That's unfortunate.
Threw a boomerang into the wall. Just
now, something you probably didn't notice, Aki's sprite showed that he was at full charge, but when he let the shot go, it was green. For the first frame that a gold charge is achieved, you still have the previous charge. So that was kind of like a frame perfect unfortunate instance.
Yeah,
there,
from what I was wondering how that came out green.
Yeah.
Walrus picking up just a little bit of time, about 1 second on that stage, possibly from the mishap on the boss fight. It's about a 5-second gap right now. Again, this is where the players take a difference in their routing. Just the order of these three stages. Walrus selecting to go to Flame Mammoth first, and Akiteru will be doing him last.
Also, before we continue on, one thing to know about that Mandrill fight on Aki's side, the green charge actually travels a little slower than the blue shot. And when Mandrill jumped, that's why I think he dodged that shot. If it was the blue charge, it would have hit him for sure. But continuing on, with Mammoth on Walrus' side, and we got Armadillo on Aki's side. Aki's kind of in the rest stage. You can just sit there and let the cart do most of the work.
Yeah, a lot of Armadillo stage can almost be a bit of a glorified auto-scroller. However, you are seeing from Akiteru, a little note right here. He's actually, by jumping off of the cart like this and jumping around, he's actually skipping over the spawn points for birds, which reduces, like, I think about a year's worth of lag, roughly. So, nice to be able to dodge all that stuff. Look like relatively well-executed stages by both players. No real major mistakes. We do have potential bad RNG right here for Akiteru.
Wow.
However, very nice to him right there. That's the only piece of real RNG in the fight, is how many times he'll roll around initially before you can shoot off his shield.
Yeah. A question was asked, does the stage order matter at a certain point? Once you beat Eagle, you can take on Mammoth last, and that's simply for the fact that most players, when they do RTA attempts, they try to grind out the most random elements of the game first. Mammoth is basically execution. There's no real RNG in that stage. So that's why you see Aki's going to save that stage for last, while Walrus just went ahead and followed the weakness order and just did Mammoth earlier.
All right, Akiteru here moving into the octopus level right here. Moving up again. In a lot of ways, the stage can be like mini boss island. Gonna get right up inside of it and shoot those sea stings. Able to deal a ton of damage right there. Bit of a scarier fight right here. We saw Walrus almost take a death here in the last race. Gonna get right up on top of it and shoot at. Good stuff.
Yeah, Aki used the chameleon sting there as it splits into 3. Ooh, almost took a death there. Lucky he got through. But you can use the sea sting's multiple hit boxes of its attack to hit that little searchlight, and that also takes away some lag.
Okay, Walrus right here. We saw it. Only one roll for Akiteru. Let's see if he can get similar RNG right here for Walrus. Not getting it.
Uh-oh.
Getting screwed right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Rolling. Oh, rolling.
Gosh. Rolling deep. If you're Armored Armadillo, that's pretty unfortunate. That's going to cost him, looks like, probably a solid 5+ seconds. Going to about double that lead.
Oh, man. Rolling.
My gosh.
Man, that's unfortunate, because Walrus was hanging in there, too, and now he's falling behind a little bit. Yeah,
it was about a 5-second lead throughout these stages. That probably upped the lead to about 10 seconds right now. We'll see how things go for him. It's a relatively one of the easiest stages in any percent. You got Akiteru coming up to Flame Mammoth himself.
And what makes this a little bit more disturbing is Aki's playing the straightforward stage now, while Walrus has to go through Octo. So, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I'm estimating about 10 seconds of a difference right now. We'll see what it actually is.
Yeah, race is not over. Not yet. Not by a long shot. We still got another 15 minutes at worst, I think, of race left here.
Again, Walrus did make up. He was down about 40 seconds coming out of 8 Mavericks. Was able to make up about 12 seconds in the Sigma stages on Akiteru. That's going to be roughly about what our deficit is right now, barring anything terrible for Walrus from the Octopus fight right here.
Well, they're both going into the last boss fight, so... Just gonna have to wait and see where the teleport times end up being.
Yeah, a high 1901 8 Mavericks kill right there for Akiteru.
1908.
Oh wait, okay, about 7 seconds, a little closer than I would have thought. That's interesting. I would have thought the lead would have increased more there. So maybe some subtle, stronger play there from Walrus in those 3 stages, because he definitely lost time on that Armadillo RNG.
Yeah, remember, Aki had to had a little trouble there going under the submarine in his Octo stage, where I don't think Walrus had that much of a problem, so he was able to make up a few seconds there. But now we're getting into the interesting part of the run, the Sigma stages.
Akiteru missed, had to bail out on Leap of Faith last time. Let's see what he's able to do with it here. Grabbed the very tippy bottom of it. I did not think he had it. Walrus match him right there. Not as scary looking right there on Walrus's end. It's like both of them are in the right amount of health as well.
Yep. Yeah.
Ooh. Walrus had to adjust there, but he adjusted pretty quickly. Not going to really cost him much any time.
Yeah. The tricky thing about dash wall kicks in X1, you have to press dash and jump at the same time to dash kick off a wall. So, I mean, if you don't have the dash button pressed also, you can get a normal jump out of it. But good recognition prevents an accident.
Yeah, thankfully we don't have a soft lock from either player right here. If your inputs are just a little bit off there, they're trivial to do, but if you do mess them up during that cutscene skip, it does cause a soft lock. All right, let's see how this fight with Vile goes.
1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit of pause, a little bit. That good. 8. Yep. That one hit there. If you shoot your rolling shield just a little early, wow, nice fight from Walrus. That made up about a second. Yeah, you want the hits to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just like that. But sometimes if you shoot a rolling shield a little early, if you get a little antsy, you can hit them in the iframes. But that was really good. Now they come and get their second forced upgrade, so now they have the ability to charge weapons. And the reason the game gives you the forced Buster upgrade, the final boss fight is only damageable if you don't have any weapon energy, is only with the fully charged pink Buster shot. So the game gives you a guaranteed way to beat the game.
Both players looking like they were going for the Kawanger skip right there. Unfortunately, neither of them got the drops that are needed in order to make the trick actually work.
Yeah.
But optimally, that could have made up 5 seconds on either player. But not too big a deal. Akiteru about a Kawanger death scene ahead of Walrus right now.
Yeah. And Walrus is at half health. Let's see if he gets a health refill. Nope.
Does make this a little bit scary. Again, all throughout the Sigma stages, having no health can be very perilous.
And Bow Spider opens with babies for Aki. That does, ooh, another set.
Both of them, yeah.
Yeah, if the spider drops baby spiders like that, it delays spider coming down, so that can eat up time for either player, depends how many of those they get. Not only that, they have to read these web patterns very accurately to anticipate where both spiders going to end up at the bottom so they can unleash that charged ice sled for 4 damage.
Got our second set of baby spiders right there for Walrus. Akiteru still just having seen the one.
Yeah, looks like Walrus is 1 hit behind, so that's actually pretty good. He's still in this. Oh, no!
And some baby spiders. Oh, I cannot believe that didn't hit. That must have been about 1 pixel away from making contact.
Yeah, he let that go a little soon.
As close as this race is, that could end up costing Walrus at the end. We are coming up here once again on RNG Central, moving into Sigma 2 right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, when going through RNG Central, please keep your arms and legs inside of the ride at all times. We will not be responsible for any limbs lost if you fail to follow these rules.
Here coming up on Chill Penguin. Let's see how many slides. This was actually one of the few pieces of RNG that was really rude to Akiteru in the last race. He's got 1 slide, 2 slides.
I'll watch Walrus here. Ooh, oh, are we getting it? Are we getting it? Are we getting it?
Gosh.
Ah!
Oh my god!
They got the God Penguin!
Oh my god,
baby.
are you kidding me?
Oh,
he needed that, because Akiteru only had 2 slides himself. Unbelievable. Was that 0 slides or 1 slide? What was it on his side?
On whose? Aki's?
On Walrus's.
0. He got the God Penguin. No slides.
God, are you kidding me? The game trying to make up for the Armadillo bouncing around earlier.
All right,
now
let's see.
Eagle, we got to pay attention to this guy. It's not a huge element of RNG, but goes up pretty quickly for Akiteru there. Coming back down for Walrus.
Come on, Eagle. Oh, baby, the God Eagle. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Walrus needs this to force a game 3.
Oh, man. If there was ever a time we needed the God Sigma 2, this is it.
Oh, my Lanta, ladies and gentlemen.
I've only seen Tiki ever get the God Sigma 2 that I know of. I don't know if anybody else has gotten it to my knowledge, but oh boy, come on, let's go.
Minor things come into play right here. Just what sort of pattern this boss gives him right off the bat.
Ooh, identical RNG at the start. Oh, wow. This is going to come down to execution now. I know it. This is just too close!
Oh my god! That's the same pattern!
This is too close!
That's insane, ladies and gentlemen. We are going into Sigma 3. Gotta calm down a little bit. Both these players have to execute the Armadillo Skip. Akiteru had messed it up a little bit in the last race, had to reset it up, still got it.
Oh, man.
Now even he could afford messing it up a little bit in the last race. Can't afford it right now.
Alright, let's just watch. I think right now we don't even need to commentate. We just need to watch it happen. Okay.
Both players able to get through it. One was a little different set. I'm not sure if it was a backup or not. But that does cost him a few seconds.
Yeah, he had to recharge, I think.
Ooh.
It's okay. They both got through Armadillo Skip, so at this point, it just comes down to the rest of the boss's RNG. But everything's pretty trivial until we get to Octopus. That may cause a little bit of a time difference.
Yeah, Walrus definitely losing a number of seconds right there. Push this back out to about a 5-second lead. Some differences in execution at the beginning of the stage getting up to Sting Chameleon.
Yeah. I don't know if Walrus... that could have been a gold split from Walrus on Sigma 2. I'm not really sure. We'll have to ask afterwards. Or maybe someone's actually watching his actual stream and knows for sure.
A little bit of an awkward pattern here from Spark Mandrill. Getting caught there in the middle of the stage, a little harder to space your shots optimally with your dashes.
Okay, yeah, that was a gold from Walrus from what chat's been telling us from Gear Bear and Air Nathan.
I gotta imagine.
Oh my god. I mean, how could it not be? It was too good of a stage. Okay, Walrus being a little clever, using the boomerang to pick up that health refill. So
yeah, he's got too much of a gauntlet of fights right here.
Hold on.
Akiteru gonna like to not go for the health drain right here.
Yeah, don't even go for that. Yeah.
Walrus getting a tornado pattern as well. Cannot afford those right now.
Mm-hmm.
Getting another one, unfortunately.
We may see Aki take top route and get that health refill. Yep, exactly. We may see Walrus skip out on it.
Yeah, I think you got to at this point.
Yeah.
So I was interested to know. We don't know if these players know where each other are, but he knows he just has to go.
Yeah. The race channel has been completely dormant since the go, so I'm pretty sure they're just concentrating on their part of the race.
Akiteru, we entered this stage at about a half-second deficit, ladies and gentlemen. He's made up a ton of time on Walrus, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, from about a half-second deficit to about a 10-second deficit, just like that. We do have D-Rex right here.
Alright. As you see, if you fire the boomerang as X is jumping up, the boomerangs will also curl in that direction. So that's how you're able to hit D-Rex on the top. And another ridiculous D-Rex fight from Akiteru. Oh, that is unfair, but he got through. Daggone.
Yeah, thankfully had one hit to spare right there.
Yeah, man, that's just bad. Like, you get knocked, stunned like that, and you can't do nothing to get out of that, and then the bottom just rams you. I've seen it to where someone has low health, and that happens, and then the bottom half of D-Rex just smashes you into the wall, and you're dead. Okay, let's see how good of a dog fight we get this time. Please, not again! Not again!
The same fight, ladies and gentlemen! Akiteru.
Gosh!
That was the last big one. Walrus, as close as he made it at the end of Sigma 2, He's going to need a death. He's going to need a death here from Akiteru to be able to send this to a game 3.
Gee. The dog is just standing there. I'm like, please. Or are you just kidding? Another god dog. Wow.
Alright, we did see Final Sigma be a little rude to Akiteru in the last race. He is 16 rolling shield shots away from being able to go to the Elite 8, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what kind of pattern he gets here right at the start. The claw, once again, stopped, but a little bit nicer. Came down to give him a helping hand to get up there. Now he's just got to dodge these shots. This is just about clinched at this point. He's got about 8 more shots he's got to put in him.
Mivu said it pretty good right there in chat. The game has respect for the world record holder. And once again, Aki finishes a couple of seconds faster than he did on the last race. Man. GG to Akiteru.
GG. Yeah, really won it there with the Sigma 3 performance. That was a half-second deficit, increased all the way to a 15-second deficit.
Oh, but Walrus finishes with a 31.
Yeah, it's a 31. I mean, you got a 31. I don't think you can be too disappointed with that.
Yeah, a few seconds faster than his other race. Daggone. GG to both players.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a very good race. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see 3 races right there, but Akiteru puts up 2 mid-31s. I mean, I guess the 2 best times in the tournament so far.
I'm not sure how the times have been for the tournament. I'd say that's a good contender for one of the best ones.
Yeah, and he did it back-to-back. Unbelievable performances. So
I'm at a loss for words after those 2 Veilguarder fights.
Oh my god. And the god chill penguin for Walrus. That's unbelievable. That is unbelievably rare.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could get 0 slides.
Yeah, the gold Sigma 2 for Walrus. Yeah, you can get 0 slides and 0 dives, and we saw it.
Wow.
Oddly enough, if you get like the god Sigma 2 like Walrus just got, and you get like average RNG, the time swing is at least 15 seconds usually. That's how big that stage is for world record attempts. You need good RNG or your run is just dead, period. Will we have post-race interviews from our 2 racers? Let me ask them real quick. Looks like Walrus is in here for the post-race interview.
Hello? Whoa.
Looks like we got a Walrus Prime. That's you just said it there in chat, man. That was gonna be my first question. 2 31-3X's you had to go up against.
Yeah. How do you win? How do
Yeah.
You get a 2X, I guess, but those are rare.
Yeah.
So
we're feeling pretty good. I mean, 31-19 you had just last night. I mean, give me your analysis of your play. I mean, I think I
underperformed. Obviously, I don't know. Like the first race, especially, I don't know what happened. Like intro and Penguin, I was plus 25 on my splits after Penguin. I was like, man, what is going on?
Yeah.
But then after that, I kind of settled into it and started to play a little better. But you know, I didn't get the greatest luck. I didn't get terrible luck. I mean, I got a 5-second gold on Sigma 2 that race.
Oh, say, dude. Oh
my God. That puts your sum of best at what, 30-40? 30-41?
30-40.3, yeah.
Dang.
Wow.
So.
But that goes to show you, like, I was just talking about it in the race, like, you may see some 30 attempts being grinded out by a couple players, and that just goes to show you 30 is possible.
Yeah, 30s are definitely doable, especially with the new skip. I thought I was going to get it that first race. It's not new, right? It's been around for quite some time. It's been in TASes and stuff like that. It's new to RTA, kind of. Nobody really did it before.
Yeah, but I think what really disappointed me was you getting the double passes both times. I mean, that was just completely
well, the
unfair.
first one I didn't get double passes, right? The first one I got...
Oh, yeah, that's right, that's right. You had the bullet, and you ended up taking the body bonk. That's right.
Yeah, I jumped over the bullets and crashed into the beam. I was like, oh, man. Bailed as fast as I could.
Did you have one of those ball devos come out and kind of interfere with that?
I'm not sure what happened.
Or the deer balls, something like that. It was
the first race. I think I was nervous, dude. You're going up against Akiteru. It's like I gotta really perform here, right? And then so I got pretty nervous.
Does it frustrate you at all that kind of how the bracket fell out? That it's we're here in the Sweet 16. We got the number 1 and 3 players, and number 2, he's on your side of the bracket as well. Really?
Yeah, this whole top side of the bracket's pretty stacked. Number 4 is also on this side of the bracket. Tokyo. The top 4 players on the leaderboards are on this side of the bracket. So, actually, I think the top 5. Tiki was over here too. He just forfeit.
Wow.
I mean, other than Hetfield wasn't in. He's 5th right now, currently.
I think the top player on the other side is the number 7 or 8 seed in Fatso. So it's not.
Yeah, when I looked at the bracket, I knew I was in for a rough ride. I got the number 1 seed out of groups, right? And I was like, okay, I should have a walk for a little while. Nope, we got to race Aki right away. Okay.
No.
So it is what it is. I don't think there's any other way. People were saying, "Oh, they should redo the bracket and stuff like this." I said, "Nah, man. I think the way they did it was the best way to do it. You base it off of how they perform in groups. And people underperformed, and I overperformed maybe a little bit, and it just worked out the way it worked out. It's nobody's fault. It's just a little frustrating, but it is what it is. I got to beat everybody to win the tournament, anyways, and I wasn't able to do that.
So what's your feeling now going forward? Are you looking at more any percent? Are you wanting to go back for 100%?
I don't know. I've been saying all this time that, well, not all this time, the last few weeks since AGDQ, it's like my goal for any percent. I didn't have a goal time in mind. The 31-1X is very nice. I'm glad I got it. But the goal was just to win the tournament. And now that the tournament's over for me, I'm out.
You're free.
I think it's time to turn my attention towards the next tournament I'm in, which is the Link Pass No Major Glitches tournament.
Oh baby,
that'll be good.
Do you have expectations for yourself in that tournament? What's kind of are you just going in free rolling, having fun?
I was in the last one, a year and a half ago, maybe, whenever that was. And I got my time down to like 133. My goal for this NMG tournament is to just get to sub 130 and be happy with that. Maybe win a couple maybe make it out of groups. I don't know. But if I get knocked out of that early, then it's back to the 34 grind. That'll be next on the agenda for X1 Hundo, that is.
I am selfishly a big vanilla NMG Link to the Past fan. For the last year, I've only been able to watch randos, so I look forward to your stream and many others getting to watch some classic.
Yeah. Soon is going to be a pretty heavy practice stream. I did a couple practice rounds at AGDQ after my race there and was getting the feel for it, but it's obvious I need a lot of practice in that game still, so expect some practice streams from me soon.
And Akiteru is here as well.
Hi.
Yo, good luck. Or grats. good luck.
Yeah, I was going to say. I don't know, he's still got, he's got potential. He's got Elite 8 and beyond. Unbelievable performance by you there, Akiteru. How do you feel about how the races went for you today? Are you pretty satisfied?
I think they were good. I mean, I was expecting to lose, honestly, after losing so badly to Nero, but, I guess that didn't happen. We had a couple of good points. I saw the chat going after that Sigma 2 you had. I wasn't watching your stream.
It was like a 4.7 second gold or something, like ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. That back-to-back D-Rex and Velgarder fight from Aki, though, that was amazing.
Oh.
Yeah, honestly, I was carried by Velgarder.
That was too good.
I don't know. I wouldn't have even been in the second race, I guess, if it wasn't for that Sig 2, so. And then I kind of void betted the Sig 3, so.
Yeah, I had a little trouble there at the start trying to get the skip.
Lots of things went wrong at that stage for me. But, I don't know, it was fun.
it was kind of amazing to see because it's not, we overanalyze everything so much in speedrunning. Obviously, Mega Man X, we got one of those storied speed games out there. And I said, I'm noticing some mistakes from Walrus, but I didn't feel like it was a ton in Sigma 3. Not enough to send the race from a half-second deficit to Akiteru. You were up by a full 15 seconds.
Yeah, I lost 16 seconds on my splits in Sigma 3. Just, to Octo, I think I had 2 or 3 swirlies and pretty bad D-Rex fight, bad Chameleon, bad skip. It was just a bad stage.
Yeah, Sigma 3 is where you're gonna bleed a ton of time without realizing it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Aki, what was the time in your first race? They were both 3X's.
I think it was a 31:37 or 8 by my count.
Okay.
So you pretty much had the exact same run, 2 runs in a row.
Yeah, and the 31:36, according to RaceBot in this last one, ties the any% race world record.
Wow.
Held by none other than myself.
Hey, you still got the world record then. You just got tied.
RaceBot world record for SRL. So that's a solid run. I don't know how I was supposed to compete, but it was fun.
Akiteru, do you have a goal going forward? I mean, do you want to win this tournament, or are you looking to just have fun from here?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm just gonna keep going and see what happens. That's usually my outlook on everything I do.
It looks like it worked out pretty well for you in this match right here. Let's just kind of see it. You were expecting to lose this tournament match today. Certainly a fair point with Walrus having just got the 31-19 last night.
Yeah, he's the best. That's what I say.
Dude, the heavyweight champion. Well, you get to
PBs
wear
in
the
2
belt
days
of
for
the
me,
belt.
actually. I got like a 22 yesterday, 2 days ago, and then the 19 last night. Oh. I was feeling pretty good, and then I played like dog do, so whatever.
Low 32 and a high 31. I mean, that would have won you most tournament races.
Yeah.
I mean,
not against
maybe
the great
not on
Akiteru.
this. Maybe not on this side of the bracket. I cannot believe how stacked this side of the bracket is. But,
Yeah.
Who's up next? Oh, it's Reeves versus Butterfinger. The winner of that for you, Aki.
Yeah. And we have Tokyo versus Madu. We got EAB Taz Raoul versus Energy Zam. And then on the bottom half, we got Colonel Fatso. The Crystal Unclear Valves match. Do you know anything about that, Walrus?
Crystal left. Crystal forfeit, so...
Oh, okay. Okay. That was brought up before the race, and I wasn't sure the answer to that.
So Valves is gonna face Fatso tomorrow.
And then Kazmazats and Darrenville and Nero versus Gerbear, and then Trogdor double stop. 2-stop, more commonly known. But so once again the Fatso versus Nero magic matchup is possible. I'm just throwing that out. I'm just throwing that out there.
And last year in the 100% tournament, they had a round 4 in a best of 3 matchup. So that's how good that matchup is.
Yeah, game 3 was tied. I remember that. That was
I think it was pretty obviously Nero's win, and I think the viewers
the race lot was
Fatso won round 4, but luckily Nero got the win.
Yeah, the rules I think stated they went strictly by race spot time, and it was exactly the same.
Yeah, but you got that huge delay coming from Japan. I think was what did it.
Yep.
It was pretty obvious that Nero had won the race on the splits, on the run.
Because some people are just bad about typing "done."
Maybe that's what it was too. Maybe.
Yeah, you never know, but still, those are the rules. So yeah, I know the rest of these Sweet 16 matchups have to finish up this weekend. Do we have any more coming up tonight?
I don't think so.
No, I believe tomorrow. I think there's 2 races. I think Tokyo and Madu's races tomorrow for sure. And I'm not sure about the second one, but I do know there was 2.
I got the schedule right here. Right now, I've got 8 p.m. Eastern, Madu versus Tokyo. 10 p.m. Eastern, Zam versus EAB. Tentatively scheduled. No, there's a bunch of races tomorrow. 9 a.m. Eastern, Gare Bear versus Nero. And 6 p.m. Eastern is Fatso versus Valves tomorrow. So there's 4 races tomorrow.
Okay, I was about to say, people are waiting until the 11th hour here to get in their races.
Yeah.
Get in their practice time. So if you guys want to see the rest of these, as you can see, the level of play right now is absolutely through the roof. You can put up a 31 and not win your races right now. So be sure to check out, maybe not in some of the other races, but be sure to keep glued to Speed Gaming. We have Speed Gaming channels 1, 2, 3, and 4, or at least this one without the 1. Be sure to give all these channels your follows and keep an eye out. MMX tournament coming up on their closing matches here, all in the Sweet 16. So hope you guys enjoy. With that, I think we'll go ahead and head off for the day. Again, congratulations to both our runners on some pretty solid runs. Akiteru, congratulations on moving on to the Elite 8.
Thank you.
And Walrus, congrats on getting to play Link to the Past.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
GG Walrus, congrats on
you
good
better
game.
win. You better win this thing now. Since I'm
I make him look better.
Yeah.
I'll
There's
try my
nothing worse.
best.
Putting that pressure on him right there.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have another thing going on another Speed Gaming channel we can go ahead and host real quick. Not sure what else we got rolling out. Just take a peek here.
And if you haven't followed our runners yet, you should. Because interesting things will be happening outside the tournament. So, seeing Walrus run for that 34, that's something to watch.
Yeah, that's after Zelda, though. Zelda first. We're gonna play Zelda right now. Thanks. It was fun. Thanks for having me, guys. I'm sure I'll be back for some hosting duties or something later on in the tournament. So
Yeah,
no,
dude.
I think it's time for an MMX break for me. I've been playing this nonstop for like 3.5 years now. So.
I always look forward to watching runners who dedicate themselves so much to another game go ahead and just put that same skill set towards another game, see how it goes for them. Link to the Past is a great speed game, so whole time's there. Looks like Speed Gaming 2 does have some Zelda 1 randomizer going on right now, so we potentially will be hosting them.
Randomizers are always fun to watch. You never know what's going to happen because it's just not cut and dry as the vanilla game.
All right, well, I'm out. Again, grats, Aki. I'll see you guys around. And good
See you,
luck.
Walrus.
GG.
Alrighty, and with that, we are going to sign off. I'm Just Incredible on commentary along with Spike Vegeta. Thanks for watching, everybody, and tune in next time for the next race. And have a good evening, everybody.
Night, everyone. Bye-bye.